Hey guys, welcome. Hope all of you guys are having a wonderful day. Tomorrow is Friday. It's actually half an hour until Friday here in New York. So my East Coast people, I know that we are excited for sure, for sure. When you get in here, give this video a thumbs up. So I wanted to share a little story time, right? So you guys know that I do hair modeling. I've told you guys this before. So I submit, right, for gigs. Sometimes they'll have gigs for a certain age range and it will be 18 to 21 or 18 to 22. And I will lie about my age for modeling. Yes, I'm trying to get a job. I'm trying to get this money. I'm trying to put food on the table. I'm, financially independent and working towards that. So, oh, hey, Sankofa, welcome, welcome. So it shouldn't be a problem. So I go, right? I go to the building. Whenever you do modeling, they'll just tell you to go to some photography studio or some building or something like that. So I go so that I can check in for the day. They really just wanted me to come in just so that they can get an idea of my hair and, the next time that they come in. And so I get in there, and there is this white man who is working at the front. And he's just really rude, to be honest with you. He's very, very rude. But he asked to see my ID, and I was like, sure. And I was like, can you buzz me in? It says that the people who are doing this modeling gig are supposed to be 18 to 21, and it says here you are 24. I'm like, no, sir, you're mistaken. I was born in 98. He's like, no, it says 95. I'm like, no, it says 98. You're mistaken. Well, he's like, well, I'm going to have to send you home. Here's my thing, right? This man does not work for the photographer. He does not work for the hairstylist. He does not work for the fashion designer. He's not the one who signs my check. It's not his money. So what business is it of yours if I decide that I want to lie about my age so I can get a modeling gig? And I remember I was so upset. I called my friend. She's like, well, did you lie about your age? I was like, well, duh. Well, what business is it of his? He literally just works for the building that they are using for the shoot. He has no connection to the photographer, no connection to the payroll, no connection to the people who signs the check, nothing. It's literally like a random building. And refused to buzz me in. So I'm like, okay, whatever. I did not let that get the best of me. So I know somebody who hooked me up, to say the least, because I know people who are on my Patreon, they know what I'm talking about, because I'm like, I need this to get done today so it could look like he messed up and not like I messed up. So they got me something. They're like, okay, here you go, 1998. I was like, thanks. So I had sent it, to the photographer, and I was like, listen, I'm absolutely outraged that I would be treated in this manner. And long story short, that guy ended up getting in trouble, and he ended up getting written up, and I'm like, that's good for you. Because I am noticing that there are a lot of white people who are sticking their noses where it does not belong, butting in where it is none of their business, okay? None at all. Just like if you see somebody selling water on the street and they don't have a permit, it's none of your business. Okay, you're not supposed to chastise them. It's not your place to question them. And people don't even understand how racist something like that is. Who the hell are you to tell me something like this? Again, it's not your money. You don't work for the company. You have no association. You're literally just the person who is at the building that we just so happen to be using. And you refuse to buzz the door to let me in. People like that are a danger. It's weird to me that people like that, when they see black people, they want to question them, come on, like, seriously? What business is it of yours? If somebody's selling water on the side, if somebody is barbecuing, if somebody's using a coupon that they're not supposed to be using, if I see someone doing something that they're not supposed to be doing, I mind my own business because it has nothing to do with me. And somebody should have taught that man how to mind his business. And that's the thing that really gets me, is that asking somebody why they're in a building, asking them if they live there, asking them to show ID when you don't even, you're not the doorman, you're not the owner of the building, you're not security, it's not your place to even ask them that. That's racism. That is racism. Oh, hey, Mr. Wise. Mr. Wise knows what I'm talking about because I was asking him today. So I got that situation taken care of, Mr. Wise. I was just telling them that I went for a modeling gig today. And, you know, for a lot of these gigs actually, they want to hire young girls, and I'm young, but I'm past the cutoff age because you have to be 21 and I'm 24. Long story short, this guy was giving me such a big deal, right? But here's the thing. He's a secretary for just a random building that we're using. He has no connection to the photographer. He has no connection to the hairstylist. He has no connection to the fashion designer. He's not the one who signs the checks. He's not the one who delivers the checks. It's not his money. So if I lie about my age, what business is it of yours? And he's like, you're taking somebody's spot. This isn't right, blah, blah, blah. What? Man, it's none of your business. Just buzz me in. So I ended up explaining, and he ended up getting in trouble. And I'm actually very happy that he got in trouble because I'm sick and tired of people doing things that they shouldn't be doing. I'm sick and tired of it. If I see somebody doing something that they're not supposed to be doing, I am so good at minding my business. You guys have no idea. You're selling water you're not supposed to be selling. I didn't see anything. You're barbecuing somewhere you're not supposed to be barbecuing. I didn't see anything. You're wearing an outfit in a restaurant that I don't deem to be appropriate. I don't work here. Therefore, I'm not going to tell you anything. You're in a building, but you don't live here. If I'm not security and I don't own that building, why am I going to sit here and then give you all these questionings and give you the third degree? Like, come on. That's the thing that really gets me. Like, it was not even his place to do something like that. You're not going to get a raise. Like, I don't even understand what was the point of that. Are you going to tell your boss, I blocked someone and barred them entrance from the building today? Now he's in trouble. And I'm like, good for you. That's exactly what you get. And I can tell you one thing, they won't be using that building next time. So you're losing business. You're actually, imagine you own a building and one of your workers cost you money. Because the photographer isn't going to use that building again. You're not letting the models in? Are you serious? There is no photo shoot without the models. So I'm happy this situation was taken care of. And obviously this is going to be a good investment for me because now I can use this when I submit for other modeling gigs or when I say I'm 21. But it's just the point of the matter. It's like, what business is it of yours? You know, he's a secretary, you know? Not that there's anything wrong with that. Not that I'm looking down on that. But you're not the boss of anybody. And I feel like that's what happens with people like that, especially with white people who are the kind of people to ask you why you're standing here, to ask you if you have a permit. I feel like a lot of them, they want to have some sort of authority in life, and they don't. They don't have that, so they will use whatever it is that they can. And a lot of them, they look at black people as inferior and look at themselves as superior. Or else, why else would you stand up here asking me these questions? And the gag of it all is that white people don't even like those kind of white people. You're running around, you snitching on your coworkers, snitch. You're not getting promoted. You're really just rubbing everybody the wrong way. To be honest with you, I really didn't even know what was the point of that. Because at the end of the day, I get a check. You look crazy. It would have been best if he just left well enough alone. He's not going to lose any money. He's not the one who pays me. I really didn't even know what was the point of that. Like, you're sitting up here, you're snitching for what? You're checking my age and clocking my age for what? It doesn't matter if I was born in 1995 or 1895 or 1795. It's none of your business. Oh, hey, ghetto preacher. I was just telling the story. Let me rewind the story so you can know what's going on. Guys, by the way, subscribe to Mr. Wise and subscribe to Ghetto Preacher. Okay, show those brothers some love. I was just telling them that I went to go to a modeling go-see today, and they really just wanted me to come in so they can see my hair, so they can see how they could style it, because, you know, I'm a hair model, and whenever they want to showcase new hairstyles, new products, new stylists, things like that, that's what they call hair models in for. So I get to the building, right? And there's this really snarky secretary who's working at the front desk. And he's like, can I see your ID? To which I didn't have a problem. I'm like, yeah, sure. It says that the women who are working here, who are doing this modeling gig, are 18 to 21. And it says that you're 24. I was like, no, I'm 21. He's like, no, it says here you're 24. Even if it does say I'm 24, my thing is that it's none of his business, you know? Like, it doesn't affect his pay. He's not in a position to be checking me the way that he's checking me. And I was not going to let that go. So then, you know, I went and I got myself some documentations to hold me off in the meantime, because I'm like, you're not going to get away with this. You are not the photographer. You are not the hairstylist. You are not the fashion designer. You're not the person who signs the checks. You're not the person who delivers the checks. You don't lose any money. This is just a random secretary at a random building that we were using for the go-see. That's the thing that really gets me. It's like, it's not your business. It's not your place. I just don't understand people who go up. Some people make it their job to worry about other people's business. They really do. And I was just talking about that. I'm like, listen, when you see white people, and let me tell you, I don't think all white people are racist, okay? I don't think all white people are racist. But these kind of white people are very racist, because you have to ask yourself, why do they think that they're in a position of authority above you to tell you anything? They see kids on the side of the road selling water to make a little extra money. They're going to call the police. They're going to ask them if they have a permit. It's none of your business. You see, there was a black man walking into a building and this white woman was blocking the way. Can I see some ID? How dare you? Gotta go to bed tomorrow. Bye, y'all. Oh, good night, T15. Things like that. It's like, how dare you? You're not the owner of the building. You're not security. Who are you to stand in the doorway and demand that this black man show you ID? Black people, you must identify. You must identify when these people take this kind of stand that it's very racist. It's plain and simple. Who are you to tell me anything? Who are you to check me on anything? Why is it so hard for people to mind their business? There was a video, I'm going to see if I can find it, of this white man harassing me at a sandwich shop because of something he thought he heard that I didn't even say. And the worker wasn't offended. So I'm like, how are you offended? Like, people who like that, who go above and beyond. That's the thing that gets me. Oh, hey, Sn1tch Network. Guys, go subscribe to Sn1tch Network. Show them some love. Show them some love. That's the thing that really gets me. People who go above and beyond to try to police other people, to try to have a position of authority. That's why people like that never prosper in real life, okay? People like that, the worst thing that could ever happen is for them to get a managerial position, because what they will do is that they will make everybody below them miserable. People who are sticklers for the rules, people like that who have it ingrained in their head that black people are up to no good and they gotta keep an eye on them or something. None of his business. He's simply a secretary, okay? All he had to do was buzz me in so that I can go to the go-see, so that I can sit in the chair, so that they can look at my hair and figure out what hairstyle they're gonna do for the day of the shoot. That's it. You over here worrying about what my date of birth is on my ID. You need to be worried about yourself, okay? I feel like people like that are jealous. I feel like people like that are jealous because maybe he wanted to be a model at some point in his life, and he's working a 9-to-5 job, and it's probably wearing and tearing on his soul, and now he's miserable. And I've seen people who are miserable, who hate their jobs, who make it their business in life to make their coworkers miserable. I've only met this guy one time, and I can't even imagine what it would be like to work with him every day. People like this, they don't deserve promotions. They don't need to be managing anybody, all right? Because people like this cause trouble. And now it's backfiring because he's getting a write-up and he's looking crazy. None of your business. It was absolutely none of your business. And then here you come worrying about me. Man, all you had to do was buzz the door. That's all you have to do. And in the future, they need to get somebody else to work in the front there. So I told him, I was like, I really want to speak to the owner of this building. I had a job like that back in Little Rock. We almost came to blows. Exactly. But you know what I tell black people? I always tell them to keep calm. Keep calm because they want you to react and to be violent so that they can portray you to be that violent, monstrous Negro, that angry Negro. When it's really just people like this are irritating. White people don't even like these kind of people. They run around, make everybody on the job miserable. They run around snitching, gossiping too. Like, I just don't understand people who go out of their way to try to make other people miserable. And I feel like he wanted to. And then because I told him, I was like, listen, I'm just a model here for the day, just going for a go-see. I don't care who you are. You think you're special. You think you're something special. Did I say I thought I was something special? I actually do think I am someone who is special in life because I feel like I do great things and I contribute to society. Yes, I do think I'm someone special. But what does that have to do with this? I'm just trying to get in so that I can go and sit down in the chair so the stylist can see my hair. Oh, you think you something special. Whenever people say things like that, that goes to show you that they're hating and they feel inferior. Just like when people say, oh, Bianca thinks she's all that. Or she thinks she's better than us. No, you think that I think that I'm better than you. No one can make you feel inferior without your consent. It's a quote by Eleanor Roosevelt. Nobody can make you feel inferior without your consent. Oh, you think you something special. Man, what's your problem? I'm just trying to come in here to make some money so I can put some food on the table so that I can have some money to pay my Verizon bill so that I can make sure that I have some money for my MetroCard so that I can make sure I have some money in my account. And here you are trying to give me a hard time, only to have it backfire on you. Now, in the future, the client is not going to use your building. Now you just lost business. He's so stupid, he doesn't realize that if clients, like the photographer, don't keep coming and booking the space, he does not have a job. That's how stupid he is. I think they have a saying like that, biting your nose to spite your face or something like that. That's how stupid he is. By the photographer not using this building anymore, you just lost money. You know how expensive these Manhattan buildings are? You need this money. You know you need this money. What on earth are you thinking? And it's at the end of the day, it's really not even you who lost money. Because you're here working on an hourly wage, it's really your boss who now has to take a blow for this. That's the thing that worries me, right? Because it's like you can be a boss and then one day your company ends up in hot water for one of your workers. Gotta go, queen. This is for you. If this world were mine, I would place it at your feet. All that I own would be goes. Oh, thank you so much, Ghetto Preacher. You have a nice night. I'm about to end this too because it's at 19 minutes and usually I just try to stay on for 10. So it's 9 more minutes than I needed to be talking. But I just wanted people to identify that whenever you see somebody who is trying to check you, who is not in a position to check you, who it is none of their business to be checking you, you make sure that you check them back. Because if enough people stand up for themselves, then people like that will stop and it will put them in their place. But when people ignore, because I know sometimes people say, oh, you just need to ignore people. No, sometimes you can't ignore people because then It's almost like you enable and condone their behavior because they think, oh, well, I did this to her. I did this to him. I did it to him. I did it to her. They think they can get away with it. That's why you got to let people know. You got to stop them in their tracks like, none of that. So I'm glad. I, for one, am very happy. Hope all of you guys have a wonderful night. Hit the like button. I'm going to put the video on Patreon of the white man trying to police me at the sandwich shop. Just weird stuff, man. Just weird stuff that they do sometimes. Like, just mind your business. It's not that serious. I don't care what people do. I could see somebody doing something illegal, and it's like I didn't see a thing. Just snitching out here. Everybody have a lovely night.